What is good, cutter people? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Bubbling, and in today's video I'm probably gonna make a lot of Uzi fans pissed, but that's okay. I'm just giving my opinion, and you can do with that what you will. So today we're talking about how Lil Uzi Vert snippets are simply just not hitting the same as opposed to Trippie Redd, although I do have some criticisms, so it's not just gonna be like a super biased video, although I still am gonna give my opinion, which is inherently biased. So anyway, firstly, my main point is that Lil Uzi Vert's snippets have not been hitting the same as they used to. For the sheer amount of supply that Lil Uzi Vert has given us in the past year, with like going on IG Live, giving us like literally 9 songs in one night, pretty much in full, maybe not CDQ, but you know, they're reposted on SoundCloud for you to listen, like the whole thing, not even snippets to like get blue balls from and get hyped for Love Is Rage 3 or any of the other albums, Forever Young or The Real Uzi 2. But given we have so many snippets and he's like not even teasing us at this point, we already creamed, bro. Like there's nothing to look forward to because we already got all the songs. So the snippets just don't have the same anticipation as say a Trip at Night or the Whole Lotta Red albums, in which we never really had a full song other than like full leaks that were not given to us by Playboi Carti or Trippie Redd, as opposed to Lil Uzi Vert giving us those songs on Love Is Rage 3 or Forever Young or the SoundCloud tape if that's not one of those albums. And with simple economics, if we have the supply and demand curves, when you have too much supply, even if you have hella demand, the price, aka again anticipation in this exercise, will not be very high. You got to have a small supply to get that demand and supply differential to be as great as possible for the upcoming album. That's why everybody wanted Eternal Take, because he just wasn't giving us music for like 3 years. Lil Uzi even claimed that he quit music at one point, and same thing for Whole Lotta Red. We didn't even know if he was ever gonna drop that album. It was just blue balls after blue balls. It was like April he dropped At Man, which was a single, and the Whole Lotta Red was supposed to drop right after that. But then months passed by and we never thought we were gonna get it. Eventually we kind of got a surprise drop that still was not completely confirmed of the release date on Christmas until like the week or two before, with DJ Academics giving us, you know, a little hint a little before that. But still, everybody and their mother was anticipating Whole Lotta Red, even if they thought it was trash afterwards. Whereas again, right now, Uzi's giving us too many snippets for us to even look forward to something, because we already have so much music to listen to. I can't even tell one snippet from another. And maybe Lil Uzi Vert fans and stans will not agree with me because they're obsessed with dude, and I f with Uzi, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not gonna sit here and listen to snippets all day. And in correlation with this fact, Lil Uzi quite literally last year dropped 3 albums: Pluto Baby Pluto, which was a collab tape with Future, Lil Uzi Vert vs. the World 2, and Eternal Take. Now of course I love hella music from Uzi, but again, with such a high supply of music in 1 year, we could not possibly listen to all 3 albums in succession fully and like on repeat to learn every single word, to then be anticipated only a year later for another 3 albums that he might be dropping, because he's already teasing Forever Young, Love Is Rage 3, and The Real Uzi 2. On the contrary though, when you drop more music, that means more money for Uzi. That's why NBA Youngboy is making more money than everybody else in the industry, or at least his label is, because he's kind of in a slave contract, but that's for a whole nother video. And another complaint I kind of have for all these Uzi snippets is something that I've seen a lot of people on like the Uzi subreddit and Uzi fans in general have said, is that he's working with Brandon Finessin, who is in the Working on Dying producer collective, who did a lot of work for Uzi on Lil Uzi Vert vs. the World 2 and Eternal Take, and even Pluto Baby Pluto. However, I would have to say I don't necessarily like all of these beats. They're not as iconic as say a Molly Raw, who has had some issues with Uzi in the past, and that's why they haven't been working as of recently, even though a couple days ago we just got a leak from Playboi Carti working with Molly Raw. So you know, you just wish that if Carti's working with him and Carti and Uzi, we want to work together on 1629, or at least a song, because it's always legendary, that maybe Uzi would just befriend Molly Raw again and settle their differences, because Uzi thought that he stole money from him or whatever, and Molly Raw said no, I didn't, bruh. So in conclusion on that point, it's just hard for me to get hyped, given that a beat beat is almost, actually maybe even more than 50% of the song, maybe like 60+% of a song to get like the whole vibe going, like the 808s and shit. You know what I'm talking about. To get hyped for these like xylophone Jetson made ass beats. And that's no hate towards Brandon Finesse. And I think I'm just saying what a lot of people are feeling. Might get a lot of hate on this video, but you know, at least partially I'm speaking facts here. And that's why Uzi's been going back to the old sound with like the Love Is Rage on Love Is Rage 3, Super Saiyan 2, among other songs where he's trying to go back to like the old moaning style. But then again, some of the newer snippets are still on like the newer flows that in my opinion are just not hitting as hard. But maybe that's just because of the concept we discussed earlier of supply and demand. But speaking of the old flows, both Uzi and Trippie Redd are going back to the old flows, in which Trippie Redd on Trippin' Nights snippets have pretty much been hitting every single time, undeniably. Maybe it's because of the beats. Actually, I know for a fact it's because of the beats. I think beat selection is so crucial as a rapper, and that's why I think Uzi really needs to take this criticism in stride of, you know, switching up, maybe not cut off Brandon Finesse, but maybe hit up Molly Raw, just try it out one song and see how the fans like it. Whereas Trippie Redd is going back to like the old video game sound beats that he did way before, like even A Love Letter to You, his first studio albums that blew him up in the first place. And look where it's gotten him. Trippin' Night is basically the most highly anticipated album in 2021, maybe other than like Certified Lover Boy and Utopia, but that's not even comparable because Travis Scott and Drake are just too big of artists that Trippie Redd can't compete with that. Or I mean, I honestly like Trippie Redd more than both of them, but you get what I'm saying, for like the mainstream appeal. And because Trippie Redd's beat selection has just been crazy every single time this year, I think the fans have been going crazy with all of the snippets, starting with Mr. Rage. He saw a hit, he saw how the fans reacted, so then he kept with these beats and the same producers who were helping him with this sound, and now we have like 5 or 6 like Molly Water and others that are on the same vibe. Now with that, I do have a criticism that maybe he needs to chill a little bit. I personally fuck with all of those snippets, were like the rager beats essentially, but I could see how some people would complain that maybe the songs sound a little bit similar, so he's got to switch it up at least a little bit, maybe slow it down for like the middle of the album and then pick it up. And I don't know how people compose albums, but just make sure all the beats aren't on the same vibe, because people get exhausted after like 10 rager songs. You got to put one in there where you can chill with the girl in the bedroom, spreading them cheeks and all that. But either way, I think the main difference between Trippie Redd's hype for Trippin' Night and Uzi with Love Is Rage 3 and all that is 1, supply and demand. Uzi gave 3 projects last year, whereas Trippie only gave 1. He did drop Neon Shark, but that was a rock album in a totally different genre, so I feel like that doesn't increase the supply in the hip-hop genre where most of Trippie's fans are. So we really only got Pegasus last year. And then 2, I think Trippie Redd is simply just listening to the fans more and keeping more in tune with what we want. I could be wrong though. All I know is that personally, I'm looking forward to Trippin' Night more than I am to Love Is Rage 3 at the current moment. But Uzi could come out here like in a couple weeks or something like that, drop a hella fire snippet, and that could change completely. Just gotta get better beats. That's all I'm saying. Lastly, I just want to say this is no hate video towards Uzi. Again, I'm just giving my opinion. Y'all can disagree. As always, I'm just here trying to create conversation essentially. And so with that, it's your boy Bobbalam signing off. Trippin' balls tonight in dedication to Trippie Redd's album. Not really, I'm not doing that shit. I'll fry my brain. But let me know in the comments who you're more hyped for, Trippin' Night or Love Is Rage 3 or any of the Lil Uzi Vert albums coming soon. Make sure to like and subscribe to join the Bob Gang if you with it. Peace out, cutty people. Know what I'm saying?